3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. First down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ray. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
To throw again on second down. Carr. A look now at the Oakland offense.
And this offensive line, they're going to have to be a lot better than they were right there. We certainly won't measure them just by one play, but they definitely got a big challenge ahead of them in this one because this defense, they love to run blitz, and they clog up the running lanes.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So now facing a 3rd and 16 following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's the Raiders punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. He's going to field this at the 4. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A gain of 22. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes two to tango. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off two huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. Tapped.
Let's go. He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 4 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, when we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether it's seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mariota. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards that time. Mariota now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. Throwing is Mariota. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Turn up. Kill. Turn up. 25. Check. 1.
On second down now, it's Charles. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2.
1. 3.
Now Mariota. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 20.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Carr now to throw. Gets it to Gordon. Oh, what a juke into space. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that,
and they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now this throw caught left side, and he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. Mariota now. Only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
51 to Mike, boy, 51.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line.
58 to Mike.
Mariota again. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And give him a gain of 37. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
Throwing, Mariota. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now 21-0. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Raiders on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Gordon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Mariota now. And quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11. Mariota now. Pretty remarkable. 14 of 15 through the air, only 1 incompletion. And another 1st and 10 here. Mariota. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Mariota. Wide open receiver complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. They run it. It's Charles. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop him.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. There's Anthony Miller as they trot back out to go on offense. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. One.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mariota. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Mariota. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 7 yards there and a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
51's the mic. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 51's the mic.
Mariota now to throw on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's Mariota. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
A drive that time of 6 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Throwing again on second down. Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal.
Hey, exit. Look at me. Go. Now.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to pour it on. Lutz with the extra point.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
There's Anthony Miller as they trot back out to go on offense. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So that flag. Cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 31, Carr.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Gordon. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. So we now proceed to the start of the second half. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Mariota. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the gun, Kennedy. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Back to throw. Kennedy. This is the tight end Fant. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Looking to throw. Kennedy. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
It's brought in by Harris. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion, went just shy of the marker. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't and he's got him. Touchdown, Saints. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans.
to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. From the 27th, Carr over the middle, complete. That's Ray. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now on second and 13. Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
51's the mic. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. 5.
Following the fumble recovery. Kennedy. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. Second and 6. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Let's go. Let's calm the crowd.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
36.
Hey, Delta.
Same.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Kennedy. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. On first down, Kennedy. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. Second and 3. And this one's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
From the gun on third down, Kennedy. That is caught at the 7. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Foxtrot.
Check 24. Hey, alert.
Hey, lock it.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to pour it on. Lutt's good on the extra point. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up. The number is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on rush coming, and he's taken down. Here's the Raiders punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Taken from just outside the 30. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions. Because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. 43 yards. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Yo, go! Hey, Alpha!
Check 91. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Now.
From the gun, Kennedy. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. From 3 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Carr to throw. It's caught. It's Miller. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Carr now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to get this back to within at least some measure here of respectability. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I really enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to pour it on. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
Now, I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Let's go, baby.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Carr to the throw. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Ready. 18 Gator. Hey.
58 for Mike.
Hey, orbit. Get it.
Throwing on 1st down. Kennedy. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more... Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
It's a gain of 56 yards.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Carr. And the pressure gets to him again.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Throwing to start the drive. Kennedy. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. All day, dog.
Hey, dude.
Operating from the gun. Kennedy. And this is incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
51's the mic.
To throw again. Kennedy. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Back to throw. Kennedy. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down.
Break.
Mike 51. Let's go, defense. Our time. This is our time. Shift.
Hey, Delta. 5.
On 1st and 10, Kennedy. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Still 1st down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Now.
Following the penalty, here's Charles. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
218, chop it. Ready?
2nd and 4. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They run, Charles, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something execute.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. From the gun, Carr throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Saints, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Oakland, you start to wonder if it's going to happen this year. The skid has hit 13 in a row on the season. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. And for Charles Davis,